Hello everyone. Today we are going to start our fourth unit, Electronic Spreadsheet. Introduction. In our daily life or at workplace, we have to perform various calculations. Various methods are used depending on the nature of calculations. We use our fingers or mental calculation to perform simple calculations and use a calculator for longer calculations. In science and engineering, scientific calculators are used to perform complex calculations. Spreadsheet application is a tool which is used to perform all kinds of calculation easily and accurately. In your childhood, you might have used a special notebook with small cells marked with the rows and columns to practice mathematics. We have also learned the multiplication table. Spreadsheet is a long sheet of rows and columns on the computer screen to do data analysis and calculations. In other words, a spreadsheet is a grid which interactively manages and organizes data in rows and columns. It is also called as electronic spreadsheet. It is used for managing financial and accounting documents, creating data reports, generating invoices, data analysis from scientific and statistical researches, and for doing a variety of calculation on data. A spreadsheet software can also store, manipulate, and create graphical representation of data. Users can enter data into a spreadsheet to do the formatting, calculate, and analyze the data for decision making. Besides user data, spreadsheet packages also provide built-in formula and functions for the common mathematical, financial, statistical, and logical operations in your sophisticated manner. Spreadsheet packages are widely used for data analysis and accounting applications. Because of these abilities, the spreadsheet packages are used as a universal program for structured data preparation and processing. Spreadsheets became larger and they became difficult to manage. To handle in the increasing size of spreadsheet, the concept of a workbook was identified. LibreOffice Calc is used to perform the following activities accurately and efficiently. Tabulation of data, simple mathematical calculations, complex calculations using formula and functions, arranging data in ascending and descending order, we call sorting, filtering the required data, check the validity of data, protection of data using passwords, saving for the future use. Now let's learn about the LibreOffice Calc. Getting started with LibreOffice Calc. There are various types of spreadsheet applications developed by various software corporations. LibreOffice Calc is a spreadsheet application of LibreOffice Suite. The other spreadsheet softwares are Microsoft Excel, which you have learned before previous years, LibreOffice Calc, OpenOffice Calc, and Apple Inc. Numbers. Now starting with LibreOffice Calc. When installing operating system Linux Ubuntu, the LibreOffice Calc get installed by default along with the icons for each component of LibreOffice, Writer, Calc, Impress, etc. These icons are then placed on the launcher. In Windows, you need to download LibreOffice from its official website and install in your computer. For previous chapter for digital document, we have already installed the LibreOffice in our software computer. If you have not installed, install it and download it and install it in your computer. To start the LibreOffice Calc in Windows. In Windows, find the shortcut of LibreOffice on the Start menu or on the desktop. Double click on that to the shortcut to open the LibreOffice. Or click the window menu, select the LibreOffice application, then click the LibreOffice Calc as per shown in figure 4.1. And if you are using the different software, operating software like Linux, to start the LibreOffice Calc in Linux, in Ubuntu Linux, find the Calc icon on application launcher or search it by clicking on the show application as and figure 4.2. Now parts of LibreOffice Calc. This, when you are opening the LibreOffice Calc, you will see on your screen. Let's learn about the different parts of LibreOffice Calc when you are opening the LibreOffice Calc. Here on my desktop I will show you, it is a shortcut is there. Just by double clicking on LibreOffice, this screen is coming. After that, in the left side you will see the Calc spreadsheet. I am just clicking on this. My spreadsheet is getting open. You will see here by default rows and columns will be there. If your software is not updated, from here you can go and update your software. So we are using LibreOffice Calc. Keep it in your mind. Don't use Microsoft Excel. We are using LibreOffice Calc. If you have not downloaded yet, download it and install in your computer. Now let's see this different parts. This is a quick access toolbar is there on left side. Here title bar, whatever name you have given for your document, it will appear here. Ribbon, this is the first column is ribbon row. Then here control buttons are there for minimizing, maximizing and closing. In this box, name box will be there. Whichever cells you are selecting, you will see the name of that A1. Whichever cells you are selecting, clicking. This is insert function. Any function you have to type, you can insert in this. This is formula, for writing formula. This is when you are clicking any cell and which a thick border is coming, that is called active cell. These are the row headings. These are column headings A, B, C, D. Then formatting toolbar is there for your alignments and all. Then vertical scroll bar for going up and down in your LibreOffice Calc. At bottom of your LibreOffice Calc, here worksheet navigation is there. How many sheets will be there? From here you can increase it, and here you can check for changing also from one sheet to another sheet. Then status bar, the last will be status bar. And for zoom control, for zoom in, zoom out. This is the user interface of LibreOffice Calc. And this one is menu bar. From there you can select file, edit, view, insert, format, sheet, data, tools, windows and help. Here is the explanation for all the user interface of parts of LibreOffice Calc, like title bar, menu bar, what is consist in menu bar, file, edit, view, others. Then toolbars. There is standard toolbar, formatting toolbar and formula toolbar. worksheets, the sheet tabs. You can it will be by default sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. If you want more you can add it, rename it. Rows and columns. The sheet is divided into vertical columns and horizontal rows. Each sheet can have maximum of 10487 means 2 to the power 20 rows and 2 to the power 10 columns. The rows are numbered as 1, 2, 3 and the columns are numbered as A, B, C, D, and after completing Z it will be start word A, B, A, C, so on. Last is A, M, J. Cells and cell addresses. The insertion of of a row and column is called cell. This intersection of rows and columns, that is called as cell. It is basic element of spreadsheet. It holds data such as text, number, formulas, and so on. A cell address is denoted by shown in its column letter and the row number. For example, D4, E9, Z89 are the valid examples of cell address. Now, active cell. In a spreadsheet, a cell is a place where we enter the data. Before entering data in the cell, it has to be first selected by pressing the cursor on it. When we position the mouse or a cursor on the cell, it gets selected and is ready to take the data from the user. This selected or activated cell is called as active cell. It is always highlighted with the thick border. The address of the active cell is displayed in the name box as shown in figure figures. B3 is the above active cells in worksheet. For example, here if I want to enter any data in this cell, first I have to select that cell. When I am selecting, you will see the thick border is coming for that cell, and in your name box you will see it is representing the cell name C3, which is coming in name box. If I am selecting this cell, you will see that is F9. This how we are finding the cell name, which cell it is. Active cell in worksheet. To enter data in the cell, it should be selected first. The active cell in the worksheet can be moved and selected by the key or combination keys. For example, if you want to, if you have selected some cells and you want to move from that, by using the key combination or by using any arrow keys also you can move. Some arrow keys. What are the arrow keys? Some arrow keys move a single cell in a arrow direction. If I am using arrow key for going up, from this I can just move whichever direction I am choosing from arrow keys. Then control plus arrow keys. If you press control and then plus arrow keys, it will move the cell at the end of the data range in particular direction. Example, here I have selected this cell and then I am clicking the control and then down arrow. So it is going to the down, moving to the down. If you click home, it moves the column A along the row where it is active cell. If I came here and now I am pressing the home key, so I am coming to the A column. See, I am here and pressing home key, so I am coming to the A column. Control plus home moves the cell to A position, A1 position. If I am here and I am pressing Control plus Home. So I am going to the A1 position. These are the shortcuts, key combinations for the selecting and all. Control N moves the bottom right cells to the data range. Page up moves the worksheet one screen up. Page down moves the worksheet one screen down. Now range of the cells. A block of adjacent cell is a worksheet which is highlighted or selected. It's called a range of cells. Observe the worksheets below. In this you will see this column range which is selected some cells. The column range is the number of cells spread across the column. The cell address is represented by a single column letter and the multiple rows number in the sequence. In this example, column letter C is constant with the rows varying from 2 to 7 when it is getting selected, 2 to 7. The range of cells start in C2 and ends in C7. This range is cells consist the cells namely C2, C3, C4, C5, C6 and C7. The range of cells starts C2 and ends in C7. It is represented by C2 column semicolon C7 as shown in figure 4.5. When you are selecting column range, it will be represented at C2 to C7. When your same goes with row range, if you are selecting any rows, any row and different so many columns, so it will be represented at B3 to BD. Whichever you are selecting, that will be represented and it will be shown in your name box. Example, here I am selecting this row 6 and different columns. So C6, from C6 to G6. This is how we are representing the rows and different ways the column. Now if you are selecting the row and column range, is the number of cells represent across the rows and columns. This range is matrix with the number of rows and number of columns. In this example, the range starts with the cell B2 and ends within the cell C7. This range of cells consists of the cells from B2 to B7 and cells from C2 to C7. Example, in this, if I am selecting from this cells to this cell, so it will be considered from name box. It will be start from C3 to G11. This is how we are finding the cell range. This is the basic knowledge of LibreOffice Calc, how it is working, how we have to open. Let's continue in next video how we can enter the data, what are the values and all. By that time, see you, take care.